This week we're going to be making ghee. So you can definitely get ghee recipes all over the internet. There's nothing particularly special about this one, I'm going to say. It is just the traditional way of making it, but ghee is something that we use in so much of our cooking. It is such an incredible fat to cook with. It has a beautiful high smoke point, so you can cook all your meat and anything that needs to have a really high heat on the stove, and it doesn't damage anything with your health. We'll jump into all the health benefits throughout the video, but it is just such a favorite of ours, and we'll just love everyone to know how to make it as well. So to start with, you're going to get all your butter. Today I am using 750 grams. You can use as much as you like if you want to stock up on your ghee. Get yourself a little saucepan, and you can chop up your butter to make it melt faster, but honestly I'm really lazy and I don't find the need to do that. I'm just going to whack it all in a pot together. Really just stick the butter into your pot. And then the last one, so what I love about ghee, is that by the time you cook it out, you're actually taking out all of the milk. That's what it looks like once it's all in the pot. And now we're just going to transfer it to the heat. Now, I'm going to have to duck down, I can't bother to move the camera. This is just going to go on the heat. We're going to bring it up to a simmer. So just put it on like a medium to get it cracking, get it going. I'm going to put mine on that. Whack a lid on it. And then we're going to wait for that to start melting, and then once that's kind of coming up to a bit more of like a rolling simmer, we'll turn it down a little bit, and then we actually just leave it for half an hour. So it's really easy. So whilst we wait for our butter to melt, the reason that I think we want to implore everyone to use more ghee is not only the fact that it has a really high smoke point, so you're not damaging the oil itself, but ghee actually has medicinal benefits. It's got beautiful food as medicine benefits. So when you cook down the ghee and you're clarifying it, you're taking out the lactose, you're taking out the milk solids. It's also an incredible rich source of something called butyrate. So butyrate is not found in that many foods. Ghee is one of the ones it's richest in, and butyrate is actually a short-chain fatty acid, and we do actually make this in our gut as well from our different bacteria, but it is so helpful for our colon cells. It helps feed them, it helps actually activate them. It is incredibly anti-inflammatory as well. It can also help support, strengthen our gut barrier. It's incredible. So it's just this incredible golden nourishing food. There's even more benefits, but I think it's looking like it's nearly melted. Come have a look. Okay, I literally have the tripod between my legs, so you're just gonna have to deal with slightly shaking filming. This is where we are at. It is nearly there. I might just give it a little mix to get it along its way. Now there's probably ways I should be doing this that I'm not doing, but this is how I make ghee and it works all the time. So just get it a little mix just to make sure it's all melting evenly as well, because you don't want too much separating, yeah? I'm just going to keep that going. Okay, so you can kind of see we're starting to get bubbles here. So all of this white stuff, that is the start of your milk solids separating. So you can see like the golden beneath it, that is your clarified butter. And see how that's getting pretty bubbly. I don't want it to boil, I just want it to simmer. So I'm going to turn my stove down now. And now my stove also seems to heat up this backside of my pan so much more. So I'm just going to make sure every now and then I'm going to move my pot around just to disperse the heat evenly. You can see it's still just that little section. So I just want it to have a really nice even cook. And now I am literally going to let that simmer away again. I'm going to put a timer on now. I'm going to put a timer on. Look at my really dirty phone. Apologies. 20 minutes. And we're going to have a look at it again in 20 minutes and see how it looks. Look, I'm gonna have a leftover brownie whilst I wait. Okay, so my timer just went off and it's still looking not where I want it to be. It's not separating as much as it should be yet. So I don't normally do this because, like I said, I'm lazy, but I am just gonna scrape off a little bit off the top just to help it keep whatever it is that it does evaporating and separating. So I'll show you. Really want to make sure that you aren't burning it. And really make sure that you're not mixing it either when you do this, that you're just scraping your top layers off. Because you will be straining this as well, don't forget at the end. this is kind of what you're looking for. Not too much of the foam on top, it doesn't really matter, but like I said, it just doesn't help with the evaporating process. But yes, I'm just going to keep letting that go for like another 10-15 now, because I just want to really make sure it's separating nicely, because you want the milk solids to sink and float, and then you've got your clarified butter in the middle there. So just going to keep going until it looks like it's all separated. Ooh, look at that. It's getting really good. Let's see if you can see it. You kind of can't. But what's happening underneath those bubbles is all of your beautiful milk solids are sticking to the bottom. So we are just a couple minutes away from ghee greatness time, everyone. Okay, so it's been a couple of minutes. It's looking really nice and separated. What I'm going to do is just slide her off the heat now so that it doesn't explode any of my glasses when we go to pour. I'm just going to let that cool for like 5 minutes while I get my cups ready and my strainer and everything, and then we'll be ready to strain our ghee. So this is what it's looking like. I don't know if you can see now. See all that brown stuff down the bottom? That is what we want. Can you see? Alright, in truth, I'm losing the light, so I'm not going to wait for as long as I would normally wait for the ghee. I'm just going to crack into it. So what you need is your glass jar. You're probably going to need one bigger than this, but honestly you never know, the evaporation can change. Muslin cloth or any kind of fine mesh strainer. And I'll whack him in there, and now you have to be really careful if you're doing it hot like me, which is probably not what you should do, that when you pour you don't burn yourself or explode your glass jar. I'll zoom in for you. I just put that over like that, so it's got a little lip, it's got enough space to strain, and then I can like slowly lift it up after. Just go really slow. There's no need to rush. Just pour her out. See how, I don't know if you can see the little chunks that are getting strained out, and then all the beautiful golden stuff that's going to strain through. Alright, that puppy is pretty damn full. Sometimes this transfer can get a little bit messy, but we're going to try and be as quick as possible. Look at that beautifulness. And a 1, 2. And like 3 drops. She did good. It does low-key look like a urine specimen when it's melted. But that's cool, we're cool with that. What I want to show you all is this. Can you see? Ooh, all of that is the milk solids. That's why it's caramelized, because you've got your sugars from the milk. That's all stuck to the bottom. We strained out all that fluffy white stuff. A little bit left. And we are left with 2 ghees, which we're going to get a really cute close-up shot of in just a moment. These are the babies. So they will go less clear as time goes on. They will lose their clarity as they cool. So this is your ghee, everyone. And you can now just keep this stored in your fridge or even in the pantry. It doesn't actually matter. You'll get a little bit longer time if you keep it in the fridge, obviously. Use it for anything that you want to do high smoke point with. People have it, I put it in my bone broth a lot of the time. You can use it for anything that you would normally use any oil, any butter for. And it's just going to create this beautiful nutty flavor that's incredible for your gut health and your intestinal cells. So I hope you all enjoyed this ghee making video, everyone.